Well, here we are. It's 7:43 in the morning. We're in the conference suite and we're preparing for today's conference. We've got about 90 people coming. We've got Ed Coates coming to talk about his walk to the South Pole. This is what you call the calm before the storm.
Good morning everybody and welcome to the 2009 conference. What is today all about? It's about celebrating these values. It's about understanding how trust, respect, commitment and teamwork can lead to bottom line results. It's also about how we internally put these values into practice on a day-to-day basis as we work in our teams. We are going to be having some fun and having a bit of a laugh and putting some of these values into practice. Okay, we're going to have a little bit of a team task to sort of set the theme for the day, a bit of a
I think everyone seems to be enjoying themselves and engaging in the activities, which is great, and it's nice to see teamwork, so yeah, good job.
Okay, here we are. We've got Dr. Ed Coates with us.
Hello.
Thank you, Ed, for coming all the way up from Bristol.
Pleasure.
Much appreciated. And tell us what you're going to tell everyone next door in one sentence.
In one sentence?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell them all about teamwork, commitment to the challenge, and how to be excellent.
Awesome. I really look forward to seeing you on your feet.
Good.
Good afternoon everyone, welcome back. In his spare time, he delivers motivational and inspirational talks to corporate events, and we're extremely lucky that he's come here to speak to us. Would you please join me in welcoming a truly inspirational man, ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Ed Coates.
And thanks very much for those kind words. I want to talk to you about a challenge which I did last year. What we were planning to do was to go down to Antarctica, and we were planning to reproduce a race which Scott and Amazon had almost 100 years ago, but no one's ever actually tried to race across that continent in a similar way. Now, we weren't trying to redo the route, but we were attempting to race teams from around the world across the high Antarctic plateau. It's quite a special place. I feel very privileged to have been there. It certainly felt to me like it was uphill most of the way, an 80 kilo sled on your back. James had said to me the night before the race, Ben's not been very well, Eddie, so we've really got to make sure that between you and me over the next week, we take a bit more kit off him and we really push ourselves, because if he gets unwell early on, we're never going to get there. Talking to Mike Stroud, who's been across the Antarctic with Rand Fines, and Mike said they used to cover sort of 12 to 16 kilometres a day with big heavy sleds and going for a lot longer than we were. We were covering 50 kilometres a day, and we started to get quite unwell. On day 2, I woke up to find my feet in quite a bad state. I had golf ball sized blisters on both feet, and I'd lost 6 toenails, and James was in quite a bad way with his feet. Ben was brilliant, Ben was fine. And that was great because Ben was the one, I think, who was a little bit anxious about the whole thing. And Ben got us through it emotionally on that third day. We pushed on. We met the Norwegians on day 7, and they skied with us all day. We saw them. We got out of our tents in the morning, and you think it's a race? Surely they're just going to ski past. They came up to us. They grabbed us, hugged us. It was like the best thing they'd seen in 5 days. They'd seen nothing. Nothing lives out there at all. It's just white ice. And they gave us massive hugs, and we skied all day together. And it was bizarre because I thought, well, we're racing. What are they up to? And they told us about how they'd spent literally the last 2 days trying to catch us. That is James's foot, which is pretty miserable. So I'm glad you've had your lunch. That pretty much was what he skied on. The other one wasn't much better. That was our bodies, which wasn't great. James lost 3.5 stone in 18 days. I lost 2 and Ben lost 2. So you can imagine the amount of output we had calorie-wise. Certainly something quite special about challenging yourself out of your comfort zone, and that definitely wasn't my comfort zone, so I would love to do something again.
Awesome, just absolutely fantastic. He's a legend, to use one of your words. Top bloke.
Today we've been speaking to 90 people about their company values, which are trust, respect, commitment and teamwork. And this afternoon we had Dr. Ed Coates coming to talk to the group about his recent trip to the South Pole, the South Pole race. And here is Ed himself to talk to you about the talk itself and how he got those core values across to the team.
Thanks, Mike. I mean, today's been another exciting day up in Scotland. I love the north. Mike invited me along to talk to the interesting group of people, and today I just really told them a little bit about the trip I did down to the South Pole with Ben and James. It was about a year ago now, and I learned a lot on that trip. I learned a lot about myself, I learned a lot about the guys, I learned a little bit about what it is to be in a team. Here we are a year on, and it's very easy to reflect, and the highs, the lows of the trip. Some amazing times, the mental, the physical, and obviously in my case, tiny tears, the emotional. And it was a roller coaster ride, but amazing experience. I learned a lot about other people. One of for me, the richest things about the whole trip was to step out of my everyday job and to meet people who actually have a different job, different values, different personalities, and actually trying to get on with them, work with them and learn about them. And I think that's a hugely rich thing to do if you can do that in your daily job and get on with other people and realise that actually you can learn a lot of stuff from people that are not necessarily the same as you. Then I think you're on a road to a winner. So it was great to come out today, thoroughly enjoyed it, and hopefully the guys and girls learnt a bit, I don't know. I certainly learned a lot listening to them.
I think it was awesome, Ed, and the feedback from the client has been exceptional. And everybody had a great time. They were engaged throughout the whole day. We had them running around doing some tasks this morning. We had various presentations and films from each depot this morning. And this afternoon, of course, Ed's talk really helped motivate them and inspire them to really take their performance to the next level. And think about what it is that they do on a daily basis to create trust, respect and commitment through teamwork with their clients.